Welcome back to another episode of Movie Bracket Challenge. This is my recap of The Hunchback of Notre Dame's Disney's 1996 movie. Our story begins in Paris. Not only Paris, but the magnificent Notre Dame Cathedral. In the cathedral, we'll meet Quasimodo. Quasimodo is a kind-hearted, sweet, smart, very artistic, but disfigured man. He lives in the bell tower. He's been raised by the cruel Judge Frollo. But Quasimodo, even though he's been raised by evil, he is sweet and kind, and he dreams of getting out into the world. One day, Quasimodo and his curiosity, they get out. He sneaks out to join the Festival of the Fools. It's here he meets the beautiful and compassionate gypsy, Esmeralda. Despite the chaos and the ridiculousness going around them, they become friends. Quasimodo even brings her to the bell tower. He introduces her to the bells. I love when he says the triplets for the bells, the gargoyles. He really shows her his world. Even my favorite part too is her goat eating his little people that he made, because he's actually made the whole town. It's really cool. While they're becoming friends though, Judge Frollo is becoming obsessed with capturing Esmeralda. He believes that she threatens his control over Paris. His dark and twisted desire leads him to hunt down by any means necessary. This gets the stage for a dramatic and intense conflict between Frollo and Quasimodo. Esmeralda finds sanctuary in Notre Dame, and with the help of Quasimodo and the charming Captain Fabulos, kind of remind me of Fabulos, they stand against Frollo's opposition and his rules. The bond between Quasimodo and Esmeralda grows stronger, and they learn the meaning of courage and self-worth and friendship. In the climax of the movie, we see Frollo force storms on the cathedral. Quasimodo's bravery shines through, though. In a heart-pounding showdown, the characters face their fears and fight for what they believe in. The film concludes with a powerful message of acceptance, love, and triumph over good over evil. Hunchback of Notre Dame is sweet and has some of the best music that Disney has ever come out with. When I was in middle school, we literally had to sing the songs for Notre Dame. So it is a movie that reminds me of my childhood. So I am curious, if it's your vote, let me know. This is my recap of Dinosaurs, Disney's 2000 movie. Now, Dinosaur begins in a time way before humans begin. We see a bunch of dinosaurs and their eggs, and I love how they have them in a circle, but all of a sudden there's an attack, and all the dinosaurs run off, leaving their eggs. But we do follow one egg through his journey to finding what will be the family. This dinosaur egg goes through water, goes through the sky, goes through many hands, most of which are trying to eat it at a time, until finally it drops into the forest, where it's found by some monkeys. Now, the hatched egg is beloved by the first monkey that holds it. But this older monkey wants that dinosaur to go. All he sees is a monster. Well, at first, that, what we're going to call mother monkey, really is like, no, 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 I'm going to keep her. But when the older man fights, she goes, okay, fine, you get rid of him. He hands the little dinosaur, which we will finally come to know as Aladar, right over to that old monkey. And that old monkey falls right in love. And wouldn't you know it, that dinosaur grows up to be nothing like a monster. We see that the dinosaur plays with the young monkeys and even helps in their mating ritual by bringing all the male monkeys to the older monkey, and which is going to be known as Grandpa. The once older monkey that wanted to get rid of Aladar is now his grandfather. And the mother monkey is definitely the guiding force. We see the monkeys do a ritual and start to pair off, all but our friend and brother to Aladar, Zenny. Zenny, the professor of love, is having no luck at love at all, when all of a sudden the skies open up and what looks like stars coming to the ground and lights up, and it's beautiful at first, but then there's a big storm that drops into the water, and fire just spreads right into the island where they all are. Aladar grabs his family, puts them on his back, and starts to run. Unfortunately, he can't save all the monkeys, but he has his family, his brother, his younger brother, his mom, and grandpa. And they end up jumping into the ocean, where at first they're separated, but then find each other and wash up on the land. As they look back at what was once their home, they make the sound that the monkeys do to call to each other, but there's no response from what used to be their home, which they see burning. Aladar, being the smart dinosaur he is, says they can't stay. They have to go. He sees nothing but burnt around him and knows only trouble will come from staying. So they're off, sad but determined to live. As Aladar walks through the land, they come across these dinosaurs that try and eat them, especially trying to eat the little monkeys. Aladar runs as fast as he can, and they are still chasing when they come across the herd. And the herd pretty much marches right through them, knocking them over. And then Aladar is faced with the choice: follow the herd that he doesn't know, or be left to be eaten by the little dinosaurs that have been chasing him. So he joins the herd. As he joins the herd, he definitely has one love interest, which is a little bit of a problem because the head of the herd, which is a mean dinosaur, is not so happy with Aladar. And this is his sister, so no good is going to come from this. Chrome, the head of the herd, is going to march them forward, and he tells the herd that whoever can't keep up is just not going to make it. Aladar is not pleased with this, and he tries to help everybody go forward, and he wants everybody to make it to the promised land, what they're calling the birthing land. I forget what they called it, but anyway, to where the green grass is going to be, because right now they're in what is burnt area, no water, nothing. There's nothing good here. They have to get to better land. So they're off, and Aladar has joined the herd. He gets to meet really fun characters. One of my favorites is Baleen, an older dinosaur that doesn't know her worth, but man, does she come in handy later. We also meet Ima, and she's a very wise dinosaur, and she's kind of determined to get there. Older, slower, but she's going forward. Now, as they walk, they finally decide to take a break. And they rest for the night. They're woken up by Chrome and his pals, and they say, well, they warn them that there's going to be a long day, there's going to be no water, but they have to keep going. And anyone who can't will be left to be eaten. So they walk and they walk. And finally, they see what's supposed to be the water. And as Chrome gets up on top of the hill, he realizes there's no water below. Oh no. So he sends his friends off to look. This is going to be bad for them. But all the dinosaurs are depressed when they don't see the water. But Aladar, not so much. He digs a little bit and gets some water. But that darn Chrome, he doesn't want to share the water that Aladar has provided. Even though Aladar's like, there's plenty for everybody. But Chrome is a mean old leader. But Aladar does dig some more holes and everybody gets to drink. Well, most of them anyway. And then we are casted off to Chrome's friends, and they have met the Rex and other things that are, well, the Rex. And one of them doesn't come back, and the other one comes back very hurt. Chrome and Aladar are not getting along. And eventually, they sort of separate, not really by choice. Well, not by Aladar's choice. We see our good friends, Emma, Chrome, the family of monkeys, Zine, Yarn, Surrey, Grandpa. They get into a cave. And even one of Chrome's friends that he's not left behind. Because, well, Chrome doesn't really have any friends. So they're in a cave when they're awoken by two Rexes. Oh, it's a fight. Sadly, we lose Chrome's friend in the fight. One of the Rexes is also deceased, and the other Rex does survive and runs off. So Aladar and the friends push forward into the cave. They're going to get to the promised land. The green grass. We see the other herd moving through, and Nera doesn't let the little ones who fall down fall behind. She's learned from Aladar that they can all make it if they help each other. And I really fall in love with Nera in this moment. So, as they go through the cave, finally, they smell the outside. Well, the monkeys smell. See them climb up, and they dig a little hole out, and they see some light. So Aladar is determined. He knocks his body into the woods, the rocks, and sadly, more rocks come down, and they can't get out. But Aladar is giving up, but not Baleen. Baleen goes, Aladar, you've taught me that I might be old, but I'm still useful. And she uses her strength and huge size with everybody else to knock down this rock wall and get to the promised land. And they're happy, they're running in the water. It's a beautiful moment. But just in that joyous moment, Emma and Aladar realize the herd is never going to get there, because how they usually come is a stiff hill that they're not going to be able to get down. So Aladar goes back through the tunnels to rescue the herd. But is he in for a fight? Because Chrome says he's the leader and he's going to go over this hill. And Aladar tries to warn him. He said, no, it's just a drop. They'll all be gone. Chrome doesn't listen. Aladar says, no, let's go to the herd. They start to follow him. Chrome and him have a huge fight. The Rex ends up coming to attack the herd. But at this point, the herd has learned to stay together, and they just sort of scare the Rex by their noises, by staying together. and they go to get through the cave where they know they can get to the promised land. But Chrome, he's a fool, and he tries to get up the hill that has no way of getting down. He's separated from the herd, and the Rex takes advantage. He goes after Chrome. Aladar and Nera go back to rescue him, but it's all in vain. They do get the Rex to fall down the hill, but at the same time, Chrome is lost. He is no more. But we do have a happy ending. The herd, everyone makes it to the promised land, and our prince in the story, Aladar, gets the girl Nera, and even Xena meets the new neighbors who are quite fond of him. He certainly has become a ladies' man. And we see a whole new dinosaur being hatched. So, can't wait to see if this is your vote. Let me know. Don't forget to vote, 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 comment section, and our community page.